Hey, Katrina here from ScrappyHorses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you're here. Today I am working on a mass-produced card for students. So I'm looking to make around 40 of them, and I was looking for a design that would be quick and easy to assemble. So I've chosen this design because I'm actually only taping in or adhering 1, 2, 3 pieces. So it's a fold and adhere 3 pieces and I'm done. So let's take a look at this design. First off, I'm cutting my card base out of black cardstock. I am not going to cut this in Cricut Design Space because it would waste paper. It's easier just to lay it on my paper slicer and cut one straight line down the center, then cut each of those in half the other way, and then cut those in half to create 8 pieces of 6 by 3. That's 6 inches by 3 inches. So again, I'm cutting the card base on my paper slicer. I'm simply doing that because it saves a lot of paper. I'm going to go ahead and move this off to the side because we're not going to be using that anymore in Cricut Design Space. That leaves us now with our inside sentiment, the outside layer, and our little hat we're going to put on top of our tiger. These pieces come from the images in Cricut Design Space. I have Baby Tiger from Orange Brush Studio, the Santa hat from Wispy Willow Designs, snowflakes, and this is a trio of snowflakes from Scissor Creative. My font right here is A Child's Year, as well as Basic Cricut. And I have the squares that I have pulled from Shapes. Because this is sort of an odd size card, I have an envelope tutorial for you, and it is here. I will also link that in the box below. So we'll go ahead and take this off to the side. Again, if you missed this, it will be in the box below. All right, let's get down to business here. This square is our 3 inch by 3 inch. That's basically just going to be the symbol for our card blank so that we can start designing off of that. Here's our second square, which is 2.75 by 2.75. That's going to create our layer. I'm going to come up and turn this white. I do that by coming up to Operation Basic Cut, left clicking this black square, and then clicking the white. And now it is white. I'm going to go ahead and move this off, and let's bump this up a little bit so we can see a little better. Next, I'm going to bring in this tiger. Again, he's from Images, Orange Brush Studio. Let's bring him down. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to offset him in some yellow gold. Our mascot at school is a tiger, and our colors are black and gold. So I'm going to bring in some yellow here. So I'm coming up to Offset, left click. I'm going to take this all the way to 0. Now on my keyboard, I'm going to go ahead and use my right arrow and just click 2 times. That will take me to 0.028. I will click Apply. I know I don't want it gray, so I'm going to come up again to that colored square, click it. I'm coming down to this shade of yellow, and there it is. Next, I want to go ahead and select it all, and let's flatten it. And now our little tiger is ready. Let's come in and get our snowflakes. So I'm going to bring my snowflake over. I'm going to turn it gray because I know I want it gray. This is the gray I used. I'm going to bring it right in. Oops, let's move it to the front. I'm going to stick it right here in this corner. And now I'm going to come up and duplicate it. There are many ways to duplicate. And if you're not sure of some ways to duplicate, I have a video on that. I'm going to put it right up here for you so you can check it out. It's less than 5 minutes. So if you want to check that out, here's the link right up here. Okay, I'm going to choose this way to duplicate. I'm going to rotate this around. There we go. Stick it right up in this corner. If you have trouble grabbing just one part, you can always come over to your layers image, click it here. Then it's easy to move. I want to move this over just a little bit to the left, I think. I'm going to bring my cursor over all of this, and I am going to flatten that. At this point, I'm going to duplicate this entire piece. Again, I'm just going to come right up here to duplicate, and there it is. I'm going to pull this one off to the side for a minute. Now, if I bring my little tiger over here, and I need to move him to the front, if I bring him over, you can see the snowflakes behind him. And that's not my intention. So what I can do is I can come up here again to offset. Left click offset and offset at 0. Apply. I'm going to pull this to the side for a minute. I'm going to come over here to contour, left click, and I want to hide all contours. So everything now is hidden except the outline. I'll click the X. While it is still highlighted here or chosen, I'm going to come over and I'm going to click the color square and make it white. I'm going to move my little tiger back to the front, select the two, come up to align, center, and now flatten. Now I can bring the little tiger back over, and you can see that he's going to sit right here on top, and those little snowflakes won't show through anymore. Before I flatten this, let's work on the hat. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to, again, there are two ways to do this. You could duplicate this. Let's do that. Let's duplicate this. This will give you another way to do it. Come over to contour, hide all contours. Now this one actually left this and took away this piece. That is definitely not what we want. So let's bring that one back and let's get rid of that one. There we go. Now click our X. I would like this white. So I'm coming up to our color, clicking white. This is a left click. I'm going to bring this back up, move our Santa hat to the front, and now I want to turn it black. So I'm going to come over to our color square, click the black, and now it's ready. Making sure that my colored hat is on top of the white hat, I'm going to swipe over the two, come back up to align, center, and flatten. Now this will print then cut, and I will add that to my card once it's all printed. And there it is. Now I think I'd like to move my little tiger over just a smidge here. That gives me a little more room for my Santa hat to fit in on top. So I think I like this now. I'm going to go ahead, swipe over, flatten, and there's the front of my card. So this will print then cut. This will print then cut. And now let's work on the sentiment for the inside. We're going to bring back the piece that we had duplicated before, and now we're going to add our text. I used Happy Winter to my favorite tiger. So I'm going to come in, left click text, and type in my sentiment. You can see here that I've used 2 different fonts. So let's bring this down. Let's make it a little smaller. And let's go up to Advanced. Here's the Advanced. I'm going to left click. I'm going to ungroup to lines. Now I can move these lines individually. So here's my Happy Winter. I'm going to bring this in. And I would like that in a child's year. So I'm going to come up here where it says font. I'm going to click this little caret. I'm going to type in a child. And there it is, a child's year, right here. I'm going to left click, and if you watch right over here, you'll see it change. I'll bring it back in, and I'll resize with our new font. Now you see these pink lines? I have a video about the pink lines too, but this can help us without going up and centering. If I have it over here, you can see that it's aligning to the left. Here it's aligning to the right, and here it's aligning to the center. There it's centered exactly. But I don't want it centered exactly because I want room to put my favorite tiger and room to sign my name. So I'm going to leave it about right there. Let's come to my favorite tiger. I left this, let's go ahead and get out of here. I left this in Cricut Sans just to make it a little interesting, have a couple of different fonts. Size that down a little bit. And now all I need to do is sweep over the entire thing and flatten. Now this is going to print then cut. This piece will print then cut. This piece will print then cut. The card base, remember, we're going to cut on our paper slicer, but here's what it's going to look like right here. All right, any comments or questions, please leave them in the box below and I will get back with you. For now, let's head on over to the craft table, and this is a quick, easy put together. Here we are at the craft table. You can see I have my inside sentiments, my little Santa hats, and the little tiger cub fronts, all print then cut. Now you see I've got some tape there. I actually reused some cardstock I had used before, but that's all going to be covered up when we adhere the fronts and inside sentiments. I also have some little gems that I decided I wanted to add. This did add some time to making these, but not a lot. I wanted a little sparkle on those cards. Here I have some little cereal box triangles. I'm using those to just pop a little dimension for the hats. I'm going to go ahead and score my piece of cardstock. And then I just simply come in and start adhering. I'm going to adhere the inside sentiment with a little ATG, as well as the front of the card, the little tiger. The part that did take the longest surely was putting the gems on, because they were so tiny and I needed to cut each and every one of them. The little Santa hat's very easy, just a little triangle there, and it just popped it off a little bit to give it dimension. And here we are to those little gems. This is the kind that comes on the long strips. So I cut the strips and then just started placing the gems. Hey, this was a fun project, and I hope the kids at school like them. Any comments or questions, leave them below, and I will get back with you. Have a great week. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.